Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
Welcome to the Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Today, our guest is Antonio. So, Antonio, how are you? Let us know where you live and what you do.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on your podcast. The timing is actually quite ironic or interesting because yesterday, like 11 ETFs got approved for Bitcoin. So that happened yesterday. So
All
I'm here
right.
in New York City. So born and raised in New York City, born and raised in Brooklyn, and I'm still based in New York. And yeah, doing great. It's a great Friday. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this podcast with you. And definitely, do you want me to like talk about the startup and everything as well, or we'll kind of
Yeah, let me
cover that?
know if you can provide an overview of your company and its primary services.
Sure. So I'm in the fintech and crypto space right now. I'm actually working with my team to launch a cryptocurrency exchange, so a trading platform that is similar to Coinbase and Kraken and Gemini. I guess those are some names that people are familiar with, so they can kind of make that comparison. But we're addressing a lot of the concerns and issues that are out there in the space around cybersecurity, transparency, regulations, that type of stuff that are very top of mind for folks. My background personally, from a professional background, I spent about 15 years or so in financial services as an auditor. So I was doing a lot of regulatory risk management work, compliance audit work, domestically and abroad. So and both on the technology and operation side, and a lot of my team similar background. So we're taking that body of knowledge that we've acquired and really applying it to the space to address a lot of the gaps that are out there. So yeah, we're going through final stages of like wrapping up our funding and then hopefully have the platform launched within the next 3 to 4 months. Yeah, about 3 to 4 months out from now.
Great. That's
And the
interesting.
company the company name is BlockQuake. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
And so blockchain and earthquake, we combined the word. So
Ah,
BlockQuake is the company name.
cool. That's cool. So, what cryptocurrencies and trading pairs does BlockQuake currently support?
Yep. So when we do go live with the platform, we will have, I'd say, around the top 50 or so cryptocurrencies that are out there, and we'll have the G20 fiat currency. So we've
Mhm.
actually done the heavy lifting already, where we've already contracted with the top market makers and liquidity providers for crypto, as well as securing banking relationships with banks that support multiple fiats. So you could envision once we're live, like you can come on the trading platform and you can come with your US dollars, you can buy
Mhm.
Bitcoin, you can sell it to euros if you want, and then go buy Ethereum, and then sell that to Japanese yen if you want, and then go buy like XRP or Avalanche or one of the other top ones. So like it's going to be a very robust solution for people that are not just looking to speculate from trading, but people that want to do like cross-border business as well will be a really great platform for that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. So, what compliance measures does BlockQuake have in place to adhere the regularity requirements in various jurisdictions? Like because there are a lot of jurisdictions.
Yeah, so right now the two top things that we're hearing regulators make noise about is KYC, AML, and securities laws. So those are the two things that we're focused on right now. Where we're doing full KYC from the very beginning. Most crypto exchanges that are even comparable to us with fiat rails as well, they're not necessarily doing full KYC. They may have like different tier of verification depending on the amount that a customer is trading or their balance. But like out the gate, full KYC where you enter your information, you have to take a live actual face check against your ID that you're submitting. There's an authentication check on the ID to make sure that it's valid. So it goes through all of that, and it's done fairly quickly. Most people can KYC in under 2 minutes live. So it's very easy. And then once they KYC on our end in the back office, we're actually able to essentially, we can tell what jurisdiction someone belongs to. So if we need to block a particular cryptocurrency because of a commodity or security law issue, we're able to do that. So a good example would be there's probably a slew of them where the SEC has tagged like 20 different cryptocurrencies, specifically call them out. Hey, that's a security to us. And right now there are court cases going on about that. So in our case, while that's playing itself out, we would be able to block a US person from touching that crypto until that stuff is settled in court one way or the other, while allowing everyone else around the planet to trade that cryptocurrency. And, a lot of those mechanisms are not in place with a lot of the existing crypto exchanges. Because when they built I know you guys come from a technology background too, so you'd understand
Yeah.
the whole concept around legacy issues and remediation efforts and stuff like that,
Yeah.
where a lot of the platforms that are the top big names right now, they built their coding way back when they weren't thinking about any of this stuff. So for them to go and actually make all the fixes, it'll be, a heavy lift.
Great. So, are you incorporating AI in it, in any perspective?
We are. So AI is used through the KYC flow to
Okay.
help approve people faster. So that's one way out the gate. We're gonna look into incorporating AI more in our back office function. So when we need to do different reporting to regulators, as well as dropping people into different buckets, we can utilize AI to automate much of that stuff. So we're not doing it manually. The one thing I've learned these last couple of years, looking at other crypto exchanges, there's a lot of manual processes behind the scenes, and that makes it very prone to human error, as well as like it's just costly to do that as well. So we want to make sure we're running as efficiently as possible.
Makes sense. So, like, what are your short-term goals in terms of next 3 to 6 months?
So next 3 to 6 months, definitely get the crypto exchange development and fundraising wrapped up. Get the platform live, especially because of what we've been seeing the last couple of months with different crypto exchanges getting shut down, going out of business, bankruptcies, customers essentially losing all of their funds, or these big fines that are coming down that will inevitably shut some of these other crypto exchanges down. So I see that there's a lot of like safety issues for customers that are out there. So front and center, get this launched because we're tackling a lot of the technology, cybersecurity, custody, and legal issues that are haunting a lot of these other exchanges. So we want to get our product out there so people have a safe haven. We are going to be a flight to safety for a lot of institutional money that trades crypto, a lot of retail people. We've spoken to crypto VCs, crypto funds, family offices that touch crypto for themselves and their clients, and they've all told us, yes, if we can launch with the controls that we're going to be putting in place, they're going to move their money to us. So just from a customer protection perspective, that's our main goal, get the exchange launched. And then after that, like we have plans for NFT marketplaces, derivative platforms, our own banking, and other things that really complement the crypto exchange as parallel businesses, but one thing at a time. So definitely get the exchange. That's the flagship product, get that out there. Everyone's looking for that next gen exchange that they could trust. So I believe we're it. So that's all the focus right now.
Great. So, in terms of your team, how it looks like?
Our team is, I'd say we have about 7 to 10 people that are full time right now that are heavily involved. And that doesn't include our vendors and our other partners. So, like when it comes to banking and market making, those are other companies that we've partnered with. We have technology personnel on our team while also outsourcing some of the code development to some vendors that we trust that have done a lot of financial technology for the big banks and stock exchanges. So, but our core team is about 7 to 10 people. Once we're launched, we're probably going to expand on the technology and compliance side. So we'll want to have more people to do compliance reviews to make sure like we're adhering to any laws that are out there, as well as building up our own like tech support team, as things pop up, maintenance, etc., so that they can manage that. So after we launch, we'll probably build out those areas as far as like expansion of the actual BlockQuake team goes.
Great. So, in terms of challenges, what is the biggest challenge you are facing at this point? And if there is no challenge at this point, then what you are projecting that you might be going to face after the launch?
Yeah, definitely. There are definitely always challenges. I know we were talking about this podcast being for entrepreneurs, so I know whoever's watching this can relate to this. Where the two biggest challenges are definitely capital raise. I know we've been in a crazy environment the last year, both in my space, being in crypto and fintech, as well as the last couple of years, like during COVID, post COVID, where it's been tough for a lot of entrepreneurs to access capital and really like
Yeah.
cut through the noise. So we've been having to work with folks to really hone our message down to like the top 2, 3, 4, 5 bullet points, like what makes us different. To really cut through the noise. So definitely capital raising, as far as like cutting through the noise. We know we have the thing that everyone wants, and really just honing that marketing message to get through to people. And then the other challenge I'd say would be on the technology side over the last couple of years, identifying the right tech and development vendors that really understand our business
Yeah.
model and can provide the services and the development that we need. We've definitely had to go through working with different developers before we actually now have found the right folks that can actually understand what we're saying and really deliver on it. So I imagine a lot of folks that will be watching this can relate to both of those.
Yeah, obviously. So, what do you think? Like, what would be the right time to start marketing of this of this product?
It's funny. I have a lot of discussions with marketing professionals all the time. I don't come from a marketing background, but I feel like I'm almost an expert at this point, having to learn it. And to your question, what they've all told me is that we actually need to start before we launch.
Hmm.
Ideally, about a month before, really going out there, doing interviews. Doing lead generation, filling the funnel, because the marketing experts we spoke to, their perspective is that you already want to have your customers built up to some degree when you turn the lights on for them to be able to trade, so that they could KYC and start immediately. Versus you've turned the lights on and now you have no customers for 2 to 3 months because you waited till then. And that's the one thing that I've learned, that we've got to start the mass marketing at least a month out. But like once we know the estimated start launch date, start like a month out.
Yeah, completely makes sense. So, Antonio, what would be your biggest piece of advice for the ones who are watching this podcast?
I would say like stick to what you're doing. Just it's going to be a lot of work. I've been on this for a number of years now, and I knew it was going to be a lot of work. I didn't realize it was going to be this much. I didn't realize the hurdles and obstacles. Like I'm very realistic, and I knew there would be hurdles and obstacles, but definitely far more than what I thought. So I tell any entrepreneur, just really look at your business plan. Have others on the outside evaluate it too, to like really determine the viability. If you've got that feedback from advisors and other folks that you're really onto something, you have to be able to stick through it. Make sure you can manage your bare minimum costs as you keep going, and just really like once you know that you've got that feedback, you've got the right business plan, just really stick to it, and just be aware that it is a lot of work, but you're doing it for a reason, to make a difference, as well as other factors that are at play. And I would also suggest, I know before we started recording, I mentioned the fact that, I'm trained as an ontological and executive and life coach, and I'm actually working with an executive coach. I really recommend to startups and founders and stuff, get an executive coach, because they can really help you like get that elevated look on everything happening, really like pull you out of the weeds so you can more objectively evaluate what's going on, so you can make the right pivots and stuff. And And definitely for those in the fintech space, before we recorded too, I mentioned, no, actually I mentioned at the beginning that, there's always a lot of news happening. You had all these spot ETFs for Bitcoin that got approved yesterday, and that's going to impact the market greatly. So definitely for folks that are in fintech spaces like that, there's always news happening. You've got to stay aware of what's going on. And those would be like my pieces of advice.
That's awesome. Really beautiful advice. So, Antonio, let us know if someone wants to reach you in any case, even to know about your product or to get some help from you. So let us know how people can reach you.
Absolutely. So people can find me on pretty much any social media by searching my first last name, Antonio Brasse. And it's pretty much Instagram, Twitter. It's Antonio Brasse. No periods, no nothing in between. And Antonio Brasse on LinkedIn. Those are the best ways to connect with me. I am the only. Sorry, I think I went on
No,
mute by accident. But
you
yeah,
can
only
start again.
Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm the only Antonio Brasse on the planet, so really easy to find anywhere. And definitely, and then people can also follow BlockQuake, our company. BlockQuake's our handle for all of our social media. I would say that I'm good at responding to messages on LinkedIn, so it's the best place to add me for folks to connect to me, to reach out, whether they're interested in learning more about the company, want to ask advice, want to invest in us, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
LinkedIn's the best way to actually communicate directly with me.
Thank you, Antonio. That was really informative, and I'm excited about your product. We'll surely check this out once you are going to launch. So thanks for joining us today. It was really nice to talking to you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Antonio. Have a good day. Bye bye.
You too.